Summary. Let us summarize what we have learnt. Cells are broadly divided in two types, plant cells and animal cells. Lamarck for the first time stated that living beings are made up of cells. The term protoplasm was coined by Purkinje. Cell theory was put forward by Schleiden and Schwann in 1838 to 1839. They were German biologists. An exception to cell theory is virus. The term cell was coined and was first seen by Robert Hooke. The cells discovered in thin sections of cork by Robert Hooke were actually cell walls. Nucleus was discovered by Robert Brown. Virchow proposed cell lineage. Cell always arises from pre-existing cell. He said, "Omnis cellulae cellula." The term sarcode was used for living substance of cell by Jordan. Minimum cell size seen under light microscope is 0.25 micrometer. Protoplasm is complex colloidal solution and forms 95% of total weight of the body. It is called physical basis of life. An individual has a number of different types of cells was first stated by Dutrochet. The cells vary in their shape, size, and activities or functions. In unicellular organisms, the cell shape is maintained by tough plasma membrane and exoskeleton. Example, paramecium. Fixed shape of the cell occurs in most plants and animals. In multicellular organisms, the cell shape depends on its functional adaptations and partly on the surface tension, viscosity of the protoplasm, the mechanical action exerted by adjoining cells, and rigidity of the cell membrane. Example, presence of rigid cell wall in plant cells. Thus, cell may have diverse shapes such as polyhedral with 8, 12 or 14 sides, spherical, example, eggs of many animals, spindle-shaped, example, smooth muscle fibers, elongated, example, nerve cells, branched, example, chromatophores or pigment cells of skin, discoidal, example, erythrocytes or red blood cells, etc. The size of different cells ranges between broad limits. Some plants and animal cells are visible to the naked eye. Most cells are visible only with the microscope since they are only a few micrometer in diameter. A micrometer is 1/1000th of a millimeter. The size of cells varies from the very small cells of bacteria, 0.2 to 5 micrometer, to the very large eggs of the ostrich, 18 centimeter. And among plants, the largest cell is the ovule of cycas. Some nerve cells of human beings have a meter-long tail or axon. Single marine algae, Acetabularia, measures nearly 10 centimeter in height. Prokaryotic cells usually range between 1 to 10 micrometer. The eukaryotic cells are typically larger, mostly ranging between 10 to 100 micrometer. The size of unicellular organisms is larger than a typical cell of a multicellular organism. Example, amoeba protus is biggest among the unicellular organisms, its length being 0.6 millimeter, that is 60 micrometer. The size of typical cells of multicellular organisms ranges between 20 to 30 micrometer. The smallest cells are those of Mycoplasma gallisepticum, an organism intermediate between virus and bacteria. Their size is about 0.1 micrometer.